Okay, guys, welcome back to a new video here. So, I want to talk about Piers Morgan, guys, and he's very big on YouTube now. He's one of the biggest political shows on the entire platform. There's no question about it. And just to be totally upfront, like I really like Piers. Like I watch Piers a lot. He's really entertaining. His shows are great. He has a lot of interesting guests. But that's what it is, guys. It's entertaining. It's entertainment. And that's really what it comes down to from a marketing level. And in terms of actual news, guys, most of the discussion topics, they're a lot of cultural topics. It's a lot of debate. And there's no resolution. It's usually just people screaming at each other. And you see that in the thumbnails of how they do it. And that's the entire point, guys. The entire point is for people to yell at each other, to get crazy, and not actually resolve the issue. And a lot of it is clickbaity, guys. Like even yesterday, there was a debate where Piers, for like a 30-second period, put his hands in his face, and that was obviously the point, to get clickable photos and images out there. And hey, credit to Piers, it's working. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views a video for the most part. He gets interesting guests, but he has like firebrands like Cenk Uygur he has on. And he has a lot of people who he knows are going to yell at each other. That's the point. There's no actual debates per se for the most part. There's nothing that's resolved. And yeah, every once in a while, guys, sometimes they'll have, every once in a while there will be a good debate. For example, sometimes on Israel-Palestine, he'll platform a Palestinian voice, which, compared to most mainstream places, you don't see that a lot. So credit to Piers for doing that. And a lot of times there are debates that are actually valuable on that front. Sometimes. But especially on the domestic politics front, it's not really valuable in terms of the information you're getting in. But maybe that's okay, because I listen, I consume it, I enjoy it, but it's not news per se. And listen, the other thing with Piers is, if I'm him, why not just say you're a Trump supporter? Just say it, dude. I don't know, because he try and presents objectivity when obviously the discussion topics that he talks about and a lot of the stories he emphasizes are obviously from a right-wing perspective for the most part. And that's fine. Just say it. But he pretends as if, oh, he has no dog in the fight. Bro, you talk on the phone with Trump all the time. Obviously you like him. But listen, to be fair to Piers, he would say he's criticized him many times in the past, which he has. But the last year or so, last year or two, it's not even been a question where his loyalties lie. I mean, it's ridiculous to pretend you're objective. It's absurd. And what I think it kind of is similar to, guys, is Jerry Springer, which I'm not sure if you guys know who that is, but he was a reality TV show guy where basically the entire point of his show was, he'd have on people, and they would debate usually personal topics like boyfriend, girlfriend, and it would just be ridiculous. They'd be yelling at each other. They would assault each other on stage, and that was the entire point of the show. Meanwhile, the crowd is going crazy, and that was the point of every single show, basically. And Piers kind of reminds me of the Jerry Springer of politics. The entire point is for people to start yelling at each other, go nuts over each other, and there's no actual resolution. There's no... The point of the conversation is not to get clear, concise answers. And some people say that's okay. And listen, hey, for him, he would say, oh, it's working. I'm growing at a record rate, and it is. The entire point that I'm trying to make is just be honest about it. The entire point of the show is entertainment. And, sometimes it's absurd, though. Some of the guests he has on, even yesterday, he had one, it was, I think, Francesca something. She was yelling over somebody where she was, basically they defamed him. There's allegations of defamation all the time on the show. I mean, who knows? I'm not a lawyer or anything, but there's allegations of defamation constantly on the show. And frankly, Piers kind of loves it. That's the entire point. But again, for Piers, he's going to continue to grow. There's no question. He's a very successful channel. I just think it might be emblematic of a growing problem we have in society today, where the actual news is not really news. A lot of it is just for entertainment value, what gets the most clicks. Can you guys remember one occasion where you come out of a Piers... I mean, there's a couple of occasions that I've seen, but I've watched Piers a lot. But is there one occasion where, for the most... Did you say the majority of times you watch Piers where you come away saying, wow, that was a really valuable debate and I got a lot out of that, other than pure entertainment value? I don't think so. For me, maybe I'm wrong, and I'd like to hear you guys say in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, by the way. But again, it's pretty interesting, and I like Piers, by the way. I think he's I think he's funny. I think honestly the way he does his show is good in terms of like getting views. But it's presented as a news show. Is it really a news show, guys? I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting discussion, but yeah, that's my thing. Is Piers Morgan basically the Jerry Springer of politics? Is that what he's morphed into? It's a brawl. It's a brawl whenever you say on the show. Ask any guest that who goes on there. But again, it's up for debate. I'm sure a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but I just want to give my opinion on that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.